Good morning, friends and family.
Morning.
So we're flying to Dublin today. One of my goals for this trip is to let you know as a viewer, if you're watching this video, how much we're spending on this trip. We have a lot of people ask us how much exactly we're spending on a trip, and it's a valid question. I like seeing other people take trips, and I would really want to let them know the real cost of traveling. Some things are cheaper, some things are more expensive. So for this trip, right now we're sitting at a cost of
5,200.
5,200, and that includes our spending money, budget, and the attractions we want to do. We have a budget we want to stick to, and then we have a if we go over budget that we want to stick to. So all of that, we when we get back home, we won't get into trouble with anything. We have everything planned out. We really enjoy seeing people watch our vlogs, and we enjoy making them. So I'm getting very passionate about traveling and seeing our friends want to take trips and go on vacations and things like that. So we really like helping people plan their vacations and things like that. So for me, that's one of my goals, is to keep track of every penny that we're spending for this trip, to let you know if you want to plan a trip. We go to Dublin today, and then
We'll spend 2 days in Dublin.
2 days in Dublin, 2 days in Munich, and 4 days in Rome.
Yes.
Yes.
It's a lot of traveling.
A lot of airplanes. But everything to this point is paid for. The only thing we have to pay for from this point on is food and attractions, which aren't paid for yet. So some of the attractions maybe we'll decide when we get there. If we're too tired, we won't want to do them, and we'll save money. Or possibly if we're not hungry, we'll save money and things like that. So we're going to keep track of that information and hopefully give that to you so you can use that for future planning of your vacation.
We will also, along the way, try to show you ways to save money. We'll say, this is what we did, but this is how you could save a little bit more money by doing certain things. And we'll kind of try to tell you where to look and where we found some attractions and things to do, because there's a lot of options. And it gets really confusing sometimes when you're looking at all of them.
We've been planning this trip since March. We booked really early because we were worried that hotels in Munich would be booked up, because we were going to Oktoberfest in Munich. And with how big Oktoberfest is, we were just super worried that everything was going to be booked up. So we booked really early, and that means we've been researching and planning for 6 months or better. Basically, after we went to Paris and London last year, we've been planning this trip. When we were in Paris and London, in one of our other vacation vlogs, we mentioned that we wanted to go to Tokyo. We still want to go to Tokyo, but I don't even know how we decided on this trip. It just kind of happened. We compared prices of what Tokyo would cost versus this trip. And this trip started with just being Dublin and Rome, and I told Brianna that I might get bored in Dublin. Dublin, to me, I haven't been there, feels like a very small city, and there's not a lot to do. So we fit Munich in between, and now this is what our trip has become. So,
And just to give you an idea, for us, from traveling from the United States directly to Rome, to stay in Rome, the time frame that we are traveling, we'll be traveling about 10 to 11 days total, I think. 10 days?
Today's the first day, so if we don't count today, well, yesterday was our first day.
Yeah, so about that.
It's about 10 days.
So for 10 days, flying from the United States to Rome is roughly about the same price for us to fly into Dublin, then go to Munich, then go to Rome and back home. So it's all kind of about what you want to do with your time and how you want to work it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's very expensive to fly directly to Rome. And I really wanted to go to Rome, and I have looked up Rome in the past, and the cost to fly to Rome from Omaha in the Midwest was just super expensive. It was probably, just airfare for both of us was pushing, I don't know, $4,000. And that is almost the cost of this entire trip. Not quite, but almost. So one of the ways that we're saving money is we're flying to Dublin, and then we're taking I guess you would call them domestic flights
Yeah.
in Europe. So
The budget airlines.
Yeah. We're taking Ryanair from Dublin to Munich, and then we fly from Munich to Rome. But that is one of the ways that we're saving money on getting to go to Rome, because if we just were going to Rome, it would be super expensive.
Mm-hmm.
But we have been planning this trip for a long time. Like I said, Tokyo kind of got put off, at least for a while. We're still planning that trip. That's future. We have another trip planned in February, and then past that, Tokyo. We have a lot of plans.
A lot of plans.
Just kind of whatever fits into our budget and comes up at the moment. And also just with things going on. I've been working a lot through the summer. I had to work, well, I didn't have to, but I did work extra day every week through the summer. So that's why we haven't been posting a lot of things. Mm-hmm. We've been working a lot. Brianna's been working really hard at her salon. So through the summer, we pretty much just worked, saved some extra money so we could have extra fun on this trip.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go over our itinerary, which we have this year because Brianna didn't forget it this year like she did when we were in Paris.
One thing when we travel, we always make an itinerary. Always write one out, plan your days. Because I tell you, if we don't have this planned out, we don't know where we're going. We don't know what to do. And this way, at least we can deviate from the plan.
Well, it's not that we wouldn't know what to do, but it's better to at least have a piece of paper to look at and have an idea of what you want to do versus sitting at your hotel and having to take the time to do the research on your vacation, because then you're just wasting fun time. Mm-hmm. So, and we kind of ran into that last year when we were in Paris, and then when we went to London. We had a whole itinerary wrote out, and then we forgot it, and then we had to do that. We had to take time in our hotel room to remember what we wanted to do.
It wasted so much time.
It didn't waste a lot of time, but it definitely took away from a little bit of our day when we could have just went out and had fun. So I recommend writing out an itinerary. You don't have to stick to it. It doesn't have to be ironclad, but it gives you a general sense of things to do. So... what is that? Oh, Saturday. So start with Sunday.
Okay, so Sunday. Oh, there we are. Okay, so today we fly from the Midwest, Omaha if you're local. We head into Charlotte, which, if you know, North Carolina just had that big hurricane, so we were a little nervous, but I think so far we're good to go.
Everything seems good.
So we fly out of Charlotte later tonight, and we don't arrive in Dublin until tomorrow morning. So that'll be an overnight flight. I think we'll try to film in the plane maybe a little bit. We'll see.
I'll film a little bit.
Yeah, we'll try to film a little bit, just kind of give you an idea of things. We're flying a new airline overseas, so we're kind of curious to see what the food situation is going to be like on this flight. We have packed a crazy amount of food in the event that their food is awful.
We packed our own food this year. Last year it was terrible.
It was awful.
Didn't enjoy it at all. So
yeah,
we just packed our own food this year.
Okay, so Monday we'll be in Dublin. We have to get in. We'll get in the morning. So sometimes when you fly in that early, you can't check in right away. So our hotel does offer baggage to hold. Otherwise, there is options at the airport, and sometimes train stations will have a place for you to put your bags. And we're going to try to check out a grocery store. Now, if you guys have some things that you maybe want to see, we'll do our best to try to include that in our stuff. If certain prices, we're big price people. We want to see what everything's going to cost.
Yeah, we really just, it's all about prices, really. When I watch other travel vlogs, I pause and I play and I pause and I play because I want to see those prices, because it's really hard to get a solid idea of how much a trip's really going to cost unless you know what prices are going to be. So
now
we'll try to do that.
All these prices will be in euros because that is the area where we are. Yep. So yeah, and so in Dublin we're going to try to check out a grocery store there. We're going to check out dinner at a local place. And then the next day, we do some more touring around. Wednesday,
We
head in, right?
Wednesday, yeah. Wednesday we go to Munich. What do we have? I'm gonna try and find. We have some particular food items we want to find. One of them is Weisswurst.
Vice first.
That's what I said.
Yeah.
Weisswurst.
Vice first.
Weisswurst. It's a German breakfast sausage. We want to try that. We want to go to the Glockenspiel in Munich. Dinner. We want to do dinner at Hofbrauhaus. Have a beer. Our hotel in Munich has a rooftop. Maybe do a rooftop cocktail. We'll see how that goes. Then September 27th, Thursday, we are going to Dachau.
We're really excited.
I am super excited because I love World War II history. I don't know yet if I'm going to film that day. I'm going to just feel it out. I think that's going to be a really heavy day. It's going to be really awesome. But out of respect for everything, I don't know if I'm going to film a whole lot. That probably might be at least while we're there. I don't know if we'll film. After that, on Friday...
Oh, you forgot.
Friday.
You
What?
forgot that night we go Oktoberfest.
Oh.
That's Oktoberfest night.
That's Oktoberfest night.
And cool thing about Oktoberfest, I don't think a lot of people realize for this festival, at least I didn't, it's actually like a giant carnival.
Yeah.
It's not just beer halls, beer
Yeah.
tents.
I thought it was just beer. It's carnival.
It's kind of cool, so we're excited to show you guys.
Yeah. Friday, we leave for Rome. And that first day, we're going to try to go to Trevi Fountain, Piazza Navona. Look for food, like we always do. We're big foodies. What's that day? Saturday, Colosseum. I'm super excited to go to the Colosseum. I love Roman history. I probably get that from my father, who also loves Roman history. Super excited for that. Then Campo dei Fiori, which is an outdoor farmers market.
We love
If
markets.
you've watched our previous vlogs, you know we love markets.
So we'll get some local prices and stuff there too.
Yep. On Sunday, this was one of the days that was up in the air. We're back and forth on it. We're probably just going to feel it out. We were going to go to Tuscany. We might go to Tuscany. We might feel like we just want to explore Rome more.
We're going to see how we feel.
We're just going to see how we feel. Monday. What's Monday?
Vatican Day.
Vatican. Super excited for that also. I think it's going to be gorgeous.
And this time in Rome, we are staying right near the Vatican, so we're pretty excited about that.
We are. We have our hotel in Rome. It's called Vatican View, and it has this... We have a balcony and then a rooftop. We don't know if the rooftops to ourselves yet. We'll have to figure that out. So, shopping... What is that? Shopping for flight.
Oh, for food and stuff to head back home.
Shopping for flight home snacks.
Yes.
Oh,
Our
seafood.
flight back home is about 12 hours.
Our flight is 12 hours back
during
from
the
Rome.
day.
From Rome back, we fly to Dallas and then back to Omaha. It's going to be a long day.
Long day.
Is that why you put shop for wine? Wine for the flight? Vino.
Side note, you can actually put alcohol in your liquids container as long as it's in the small containers.
As long as it's 3 ounces.
Little life hack there for you.
Ooh.
I haven't tried it yet. We don't really do that, but I've seen other people do it. And then we go home and get our kids.
Tuesday, yeah. Go home and get our kids. Our kids are off having their own adventure with friends. Seems like they're having a great time already, so yeah.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah, hope you follow along. Like I said, we're really going to try to keep track of prices and how much we've spent on this trip, good or bad or otherwise. And don't worry if it doesn't fit in your budget. You can figure out a budget. It's not going to be that hard. Anyways, this starts off the adventure. Be sure to follow us.
We'll see you guys.
We'll see you
tomorrow.
Bye.
Bye.